He presses a break.
What the? Pause. Diamond water. Welcome back to another great episode of the Lovecast. You are with me, Musi, and my friend Teboho here. Today we have another. Say another, dog. Say another so that it can echo nicely.
I want to hear how you guys go. Another what? Another what? Just say it.
Another.
Yeah, another what?
Member of our stellar entertainment industry, Mr. Tiisetso. Thoka!
Sure.
Mr. Tiisetso! Thoka!
Or Joe, I can understand why you this thing is sounding like it's a bit formal and stuff like that.
No, there's nothing formal about
exactly.
this.
Like make it so chill. Like,
no,
this,
but
I think the news is this thing. Like, you know what? I feel like the way he was even introducing it felt like it's the news.
National books.
Because he sounds like he's commentating.
Ladies and gentlemen, £500.
Another heavyweight bout.
Career gone wrong, as kids. Career gone wrong.
Chief, you know what, Chief? Thank you for joining us on today's episode of the Lovecast. This is going to be our 4th episode. Everybody at home, this man has agreed to come and have a conversation with us because we know he's a man of particular interest in the industry. He's been doing great things over a span of the past couple of months. You have probably seen him on your Netflix specials, your Gomorrah, your
That's magic,
basic,
everything like
you know what I'm saying.
Show makes whatever it is, all the spaces in the
Agent, before I feel like subscribe.
No, dog. We need to at least make these people know that they must come and watch before we start holding them ransom.
They need to subscribe.
Okay, guys.
Payment.
Okay, wait.
Guys, please.
If you like the show.
No, you like it. You like it. But you like it.
Okay, no.
Like
Wait, let me try this again.
Guys, we haven't had a single person dislike it.
Oh yeah?
I don't think YouTube has a dislike option.
We haven't. Yes.
The likes are doing well.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think is there a dislike option in YouTube?
No, there is.
Oh shit, the one that's done like this.
That doesn't work for
that's
us.
a dislike.
We have deactivated it. Right? So
if you get more dislikes, better they do deactivate, by the way.
Right,
so you need to have more likes.
I will recognize. But guys, please like the podcast, subscribe.
And hit the bell so that you get notifications every time we drop an episode.
And another thing, on the description, we have where you guys can send us quoting. So remember, this is for the cleaning business. So you can send us a request for a quote, and then you just go on the description, you just fill out a form, send a picture, and then we'll quickly just send you a quote for your couches.
I actually have a quick question.
But it's not only couches, Ms. Buffett. You guys are telling me that you want to do my car. It's not,
we do valet. Listen, we have...
Yeah, so you guys are cleaning like everything. We
have a plethora of expertise, my friend.
You can clean your whole house. Like, let's say if you sit in your house, now we can come...
I give
about the subtitle, the subtitle like a flow. People are complaining they want subtitles in page. So it's more than...
Okay, no, it's fine. Yeah, that's true.
English.
This guy must just come down with this English. Like, you know what? Like, just come down.
You know what?
Like, you know what? In English, I don't even know how to say it, but it stands me here.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever lost boat because you didn't have a clean couch? Or like you had a lady come over to your place, like back in the day when you were still in the game. Have you ever found yourself have a lady visit you and then she didn't want to chill anymore because your couch was dirty?
Not the couch per se, but the mattress. But come on. Let me tell you one thing. You know, in university and all those kind of things. There's certain things you know, as a light, you don't take them in so much into consideration. You know, this lady eventually told me mattress fine, the mattress was not so good, yeah, no be spring, but the problem with the mattress that became a turn off But it was not my fault.
Wait, please tell me that maps are silicone.
So actual shitting the guy.
No, you know what happened? You know sometimes you how to busy and everything. You know? Yeah. Eventually, come on. Kimang ajilem botu, you know, so formal that she on the mattress.
No, but maybe.
Come on, Joe.
Maybe raw for wait. No. Now we know how to off.
No,
Yo, they like it rough, by the way. I don't know if you know.
I wouldn't know. I'm still a virgin. I'm still a virgin.
But eventually she saw the mattress, but that was a turn off and she never came back.
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why, guys, you like you can't, like even your mattress, look, guys, recommend for 6 years, you sweat every single day, and then that's like you while the same sock. Every day I buy it dries. This next day
until you know, but I get omella after.
So this is why you actually have this cleaning business.
No. Actually, by the way, a mattress, carpet, couch. You know, sometimes you know. Yes, when you have dirty stuff, so you need to make sure your stuff is like nice and clean. You know, like all over the place. But yeah, you're definitely right.
I'd like to comment on that, but I don't speak Zulu. I don't speak Zulu. But listen, anyways, dude, like not many people know. We have been lucky enough to be blessed with you in our circle. A close friend of ours. You know, we've done a lot with you over a period of time. In fact, there's times when you've actually assisted us with. With our business as far as getting to certain places, you know, you've allowed our network to grow over a period of time. But I just want to.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Like, you know what? I think right now what I need to do is just to congratulate you guys. Like, you guys are doing well. Your business is going proper. Yeah. The network is going big. I'm happy to see that you guys are even working like, you know, with like proper places like clubs and stuff like that.
Yes,
obviously that's where the mileage is in terms of business. Yeah. You guys are doing well. Big up to that.
But so if you want more B2B businesses, that's where the money is. Like,
to be quite honest,
Yeah, now all the businesses out there, just bear in mind. If you guys need like someone to come and clean your couches, whatever that is, these guys are good, the best. Not just because I know them and then my gents.
Guys, wherever you're at the club or coffee, just Make
a mess so that we have a pitch.
Just sit like this. When you sit like this, just know that now more business is coming into, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm cleaning guys. They will clean this couch.
They'll call us. They'll be like, guys, there are people that can clean. Oh, just insinuate. Yes, I was sitting on this couch at the corner there. It looks dirty to the manager, and we'll find him. He'll find us.
Yeah, no. They know them already. Yeah.
So that's one of the things. So yeah, I mean, Tia has been like Tia has been in our circle for a while. Joe. Like through days that they heard. Can I stand these?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah. I think you know, I was actually telling somebody like not too long ago that, hey man, this guy, because you know it's come to a point. Okay. Yeah. Let me ask you based on the business that you're in.
Yeah.
Because most people don't want to understand that when you're an actor, you are your business as in the position that you're in. And I'd just like to understand, like, over the span of the past few months, how has business been? And, you know, Wena as a person, how have you been finding the entire experience as far as making an income with the business of celebrity?
Yeah. Thanks for the question, actually. But you know what? I also want people to understand one thing, Kore. As you put it, you know, I feel like we as actors, we are service providers. You know, because what we do is that they employ us to provide service. Provide service which is entertaining people.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you're not good at what you do, they will replace you. If you're not good at providing service, it's the same as, you know, government institutions or whatever private companies and stuff like that. If you're not good at providing service, you know, exactly.
If you don't,
they'll have to. So I think with me in the past couple of months, I mean, like everyone can tell, they can attest to that actually. It's been actually quite good for me.
Yeah.
You know, I've done like, you know, so much work in just a short space of time. There've been a couple of work that I've done. I think that's when actually, you know, all the production houses get to realize how good, you know, the work that I'm doing is. You know, and I'm loving that. I'm enjoying that and being able to switch between characters and doing all this kind of stuff. So I think, it is actually working to my advantage and they're loving it so much. So that's.
I have one question that I think most people would choke me if I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Your role in Gomorrah. What is this?
Why operate? Why?
What is that? Yes.
Ultra, you know what's the funny thing is, I think even on Instagram and Twitter and whatever it is, I think there were like a couple of comments, people like, yazi ni chostela ulungise umlomo kamike when you get a chance. I'm like, what the hell, Joe? What the fuck, bro? Oh my God, that's how it is. That's Mike Jr. So ulungise kanjani umlomo because he's just doing his work. You know?
That man laughs after 2 minutes after scene. Give him. And I will just same time. Operate like
I feel like there were situations where you went to like the shop or something like that, and you went to like Pick and Pay, and while the person was about to say plastic, he was like,
no, you know what's funny? At some point, I feel like, look what that thing. You know what? It became that thing. I got addicted to that, and at some point, whenever I'd sit down and speak to people in the family,
it will come out.
Eventually, I'd do that, and it sucks. It's
because
the same as
no Jagabadi.
I'll change my lips anytime. You know what, Joe? Like, no one it was just something else. It's just something too much for me. I think it's that that's when you actually tend to realize, as an actor, you are what you are on TV, like in personal life.
Yeah.
So eventually, if I'm acting a certain character, even at home, I tend to actually, do those certain things that I do for the camera.
Oh, so it's like basically would you say that there's a correlation? Because I don't know if you remember the story with Jim Carrey, but he was actually divorced by his wife because he couldn't debrief from a lot of the characters, especially after he played I think it was The Mask. I think he'd also played in that short space of time Ace Ventura.
Oh yes, Ace Ventura. Yes,
he couldn't find the opportunity to actually debrief from the character. So I need to find out from you. How do you debrief from that? How do you make sure that when your mom is shouting at you at home, you don't go and
But you know what? Joe, it's not easy. I think what kills us the most is that when you fall in love with a character. That's what happens. From the days of the herd.
Yeah.
I think as much as I was so in love with Dingani.
Yeah.
Like I said, at home I would tend to do such things to in front of my mom and my dad, and they get so pissed. But only until they see the final product on TV, like, oh, Tiisetso market, and eventually I'm like, no, as long as they bring the dollar into the house, eventually they understand. Yeah. As much as like, at some point my mom is okay, she's chill.
Yeah.
My dad, there's a point whereby, he didn't like what I do. Television. When I told him that, by the way, I'm a qualified lawyer by profession.
No, that's...
Yes. So what I did is I decided to ditch law because I wanted to go into television. Yeah. So, but my dad was mad because obviously they paid the fees, so I can go to school for the whole 4 years and finish my degree. Then the next thing, my degree is like, no, now I want to go into acting.
I'd be very mad as a father.
For the first 6 months of me doing acting, they were flipping paying for my rent. Yeah. They were like, this is you were doing your articles, you were paying your own rent when you were doing your articles. Right now we have to pay for your rent because we're not an actor. What kind of a job is that?
Yeah.
You need to be paying your own staff. But that's what made my dad to be like indifferent about everything that I was doing in terms of the entertainment. But eventually, I think he tended to switch a bit when I started coining it. When I got him a baki, I was like, yo, papa, Taraso.
Always forgive it.
I'm like, tell me relax. I'm like, at some point, I'm like, oh, lady, relax. Then my dad's like, okay, there's something there. Like, okay, no, we can see where this is going. Like, no, proper. I'm like, no.
But I mean, I think that is typically because, I mean, we've had the discussion, I think, I know Tebogo for the better part, I think we've said this a few times on the podcast when we've been like, we have actual daytime jobs, right?
Yeah.
And Tebogo has actually brought it up. I'm still afraid to bring it up at home that I'm trying to quit my job.
Not at the stages. Like, he 6 months before, Joe, I'm leaving my job. No, I brought it up. Like, but I'm like, Joe, don't be shocked. You're gonna have it now. When I've done, because the thing is, parents don't want us to worry. Like, they want a move to be so perfect, and they can't be.
It can't be.
No. I think maybe perhaps there's a level of misunderstanding as far as the type of economy that we live in now that requires us to be doing certain things in order to actually make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that if I'm going to consider the fact that, people are actually making money, you look at your position, right? Pretty much you're probably in the top 100 actors in the country right now. You know what I'm saying? You're a hot property, you're actually making it. But how does a kid at home, fresh from matric with distinctions in all their subjects, actually translate this to their parents? What would your advice be in that instance? Like that kid who's trying to make it and he knows that he's got something, but they want him to become a doctor, they want him to become whatever.
True. Yeah. I think, that's the thing. Because one thing that parents actually need to understand, guys, is that times have changed.
Yeah.
There's like so many ways of actually making that dough. And as much as, at some point, he quit his job. He's quitting his job, but parents they don't understand. But only until you start coining it. Let me tell you one thing. The minute you start coining, they're like, okay, I don't understand. And then you start doing things for them. So I think there's this perception that I don't like about the entertainment industry. One thing I hate about it is that every single Tom, Dick, and Harry think they can make it in the industry. Where do I start with this point? It's the fact that I'm going to come to that point where you're saying someone has passed with distinction. One thing I feel like we are so much disrespected as actors is the fact that someone would actually just come to you directly, or someone who's actually still in school or high school, or someone who's doing like your accounting or whatever it is that they're studying in school, business management, whatever course that they study. Then the next thing the person would approach you and come to you personally like, yo, hi, Tiisetso. You know what, Joe, I want to be an actor. How can you go industry, Joe? Like, I'm a boy. Like, it's that, use that type of shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, Joe. Like, you can't come into our industry, then the next thing you disrespect us and tell us, no, I'm fucking industry, how do I do that, and blah, blah, blah. No, you need to fucking go to school. Fucking study that shit. I can't come to industry and then give out an accountant. I'm like, yo, Donna, I'm going to be accountant. 2-3 months in here. No, it doesn't work. Then I go on my knee. Like, you know what, dog, it doesn't make sense. Or I go to a hospital, I speak to maybe my doctor friends or whatever it is. I'm like, yo, dog, I'm fucking theater so for success at least the boy. I
think she a kidney replacement.
Boy, I think she operation in Santon. It was on Zamang and then Malung Zamang. This thing and the 5Ks or something. No, it doesn't work like that.
Man, hey, it should be from our side. Nali Musi was
academics.
When it comes to this podcast thing, literally we're like, Joe, okay, we had a proposal. Are you gonna buy more material for business about? Like we had money, like, are you gonna buy material for like 3 months?
Yeah.
We said whatever job paid like. And then we're like, okay, let's get equipment to shoot a podcast. We've never entertained someone on screen.
Beyond that, yes, okay.
But true. So now when we're like, okay, Joe, let's shoot this. That's when we have the Uncut episode. Like you guys can check it out. Like we just like
first
let's
episode.
Say, and let's see can we entertain someone on the other side?
Yeah.
So would you say low now Joe, guys? Okay, we need to learn. We need to learn something like editing. We need to learn mic. We need that. Like, there's a lot more. Like this thing needs 6 to 5 people.
It's progression.
But it's progression.
It is progression actually. So and the more you learn, just coming to that, the more you learn, the more you make it more bigger. You know what, man? You can never cease to learn. Every single day, it's a learning curve.
You
need to understand that. And as much as Lena people they see Tiisetso as an actor and blah blah blah, finding that a lot of people don't know Tiisetso is also an editor. Stuff like that, behind the scenes and stuff like that. You keep on learning, you keep on going bigger and better. You become the better person that you are, that you were yesterday.
Yeah.
So I feel like even with the podcast, it's the same thing as you guys. With all this equipment that you guys have, the next thing that tomorrow or a month later, whatever it is that you guys are growing even bigger and bigger, you use a different sound man, or you're even using a different camera that you guys are using today, or different lightings and all stuff like that. So it's a learning curve, and we need to allow it in life. Keep on learning. We must never ever have that mentality thinking we master everything or we know better. Otherwise you're gonna crash.
When I was I feel like someone coming to you like Joe, I feel like I can just make it.
For the what, Joe? This is about to actor. For the what? Joe, I'm always gay, Joe. What to actor? Flip and go to school. Go study acting. Go study whatever it is that you wanna do.
But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question because I've noticed that every time we've been out and about that there's a level of discrepancy as far as people trying to figure out what language you speak. Dude, what language do you speak, bro? It confuses me too, dog. Like, are you Zulu? Is it as I say?
Are you Zulu?
Are you Zulu? Are you Xhosa?
Chance, you know what? No. You know, I'm laughing because this question has like popped in so many interviews that I've done before. All the interviews actually that I've done. People want to know like, what am I culturally? Originally, I'm Pedi. My dad is Pedi. You need to understand that. My dad is proper Pedi. My mom is Tswana. So, you know, it's two families coming together, you know, from different traditions. So, I speak all South African languages. How so? This is what happened. I've always wanted to be in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
From a long time ago. I was still in primary.
Yeah.
Nikita standard 3. Yeah, standard 3. Oh my goodness, get great.
I don't know. We don't know standards. We went to school.
Grade 5.
My guy, we don't need to know that. We went to
Some
school
of it's horrible,
after Bantu education. So
Yeah, anyway, I wanted to do television from standard 3.
yeah.
You know? So standard 3, that's where it all started, and Kaira theater. I was staying in Mpumalanga at that time, Koladinberg. So bear in mind, Koladinberg, they speak Swati. You know? So when I was staying in Lydenburg, that's when I started learning Swati. I knew Swati because the school that I went to, it was a Swati speaking school. Yeah. So I was speaking Swati most of the time in the community. Then from there, I did theater when I was there. At that time, back in the days, Yizo, Bukere, Popeye and Spinach.
Oh.
Yes, those are the guys actually. Yeah. When I was doing theater, they came into the neighborhood. They came into the theater that we were doing, the community hall. They came and saw what I was doing. They loved it. They're like, Ntwana, how about you come to Joburg and actually, you know, get to learn more of what you're doing? You know, maybe you can make like some guap with that. That's how it started, and it became bigger and better from there.
I've actually never heard the story before.
Yeah, so those guys, like, big up, like, shout out to them, big ups to them. That's how it all started. At some point, those guys, I remember when I did theater before Terry Peto did this thing about Jerusalem, or what is it? All those kind of stuff.
Yes.
Tsotsi. Not Jerusalem, Tsotsi. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, I've done theater a lot. With Terry Peto and stuff like that. But that's how it started. Then from there, I left Mpumalanga, I went to Limpopo. Limpopo, obviously, it's my hometown. That's where I speak Pedi. That's how it comes. Limpopo, we speak Pedi, we speak Shangani, we speak Venda.
Yes,
already now we keep, it's like 4 languages that we have. Shangani, Venda, and then Pedi, then we have Swati from Mpumalanga. Then I went down to Durban at some point.
Which year was this?
When did I go to Durban? 2005.
How old are you, dog? I was in grade 5.
That's why you were in grade 5. Calm down. But no, whoa, you know what? Come on, guys. You guys need to give me props. I'm still looking like a painted. This guy.
Tiisetso was in
Shine.
Oh, definitely, yes.
He was in school where you can choose.
No, now I was doing.
You can do maths or not. You can drop maths.
I was doing biblical studies. I did history. I was like, no. Ejo, I tried.
And I take now.
I've never seen Tiisetso say he's going to church. That's a very important distinction to
Thank
make.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. And bear in mind, I pray a lot. I do pray.
Do you patha and
I do patha as well. Whoa, let's start here. I'm very cultural. But when it comes to my culture, I don't do no mistake. Because I took it after from my granddad. My granddad was so cultural, like it's not even funny. So everything I do, like every job that I get right now, like on TV, whatever job that I do on the side, I have to go home and, pass on there.
But does it
speak to my granddad like, yo, Nkulu, this is what's happening. Yo, Pops, back this shit up. I'm going to work, make sure it works.
Yeah, people think it's either one way or this way.
Never.
And I get a lot.
It is not.
It's not.
I'll go deeper one day on that because I feel like right now if I go too deeper, if I go deeper right now, a lot of people are gonna hate me for that. But I'll go deeper one day, so we can be able to distinguish this, guys.
Yeah.
You need to understand for it. Just to say this and put it out there. Do you know how even white people? I'm sorry to say this. Lemahoa out there. They also have their own culture that they follow. Sharp. They pray, they love God and every single thing. But here's one secret that you guys don't know. They also have their own rituals that they do. Personally, that you guys don't even know about.
Voodoo.
But it's a
voodoo.
You know what? One of the things, every day with the office.
That's true. Though.
That's the thing.
Like nobody ever brings it up.
No one ever brings it up.
Why do you think every time I want to go, oh, yo, life was years. It's not.
Okay, no. But here's the thing. Even if it's not your superior as far as work is concerned, right?
Yeah.
Man, Banali energy nyana abo, nema.
Yeah, like they have this
They
energy
do.
that they carry. And you know, with Bonaka,
We're not very manzi, so I don't know.
No, them never makwaki bakalona sharp. Like Obona.
Skabona, ngibona kamera. Basabuye ngawuthinta sibanda. Ibashabu nokasibaye sibanding.
But 9 to 5 it's so restricting for especially when you try to earn like multiple streams of income. Like working Monday to Friday, it's so limiting.
It doesn't work out.
Like,
No, it's not working out. No.
You know, we talk about like if corporate was structured in a way, I can tell boss I have another thing that's earning me an income. Kopana offer tomorrow. I have leave days.
But think about it this way. We've had employees, right? You and I. And just to be very, because I don't want us to look at it from one side. You and I have had employees ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? You have had employees yourself. Now, you're looking at the bigger outcome and the bigger picture of your output. True. Right?
Yeah.
Are you prepared to let somebody stay home to go and do what they do at the expense of your business if they have a key role in the business?
Never.
You see
that
what?
Can never happen.
That's exactly what is happening with you.
Let's not forget, because now, right? Here I am. I'm deriving profit. You need to understand that.
Look.
I'm profit driven. So you can't be telling that you wanna do whatever it is that you wanna do at my expense. What?
Time.
Never.
Okay, I read an article now. This other lady calling thing, she's like, she never used to understand why Basamo Patele more in the company. She's worth more. Even always feel like, okay, I'm worth more than what I'm getting paid for. So she's like, nah, I never understood that until I owned a business. And
Finally,
that's
I was
when
about to go to that
started
point. If you feel like you're worth more, why not start your own business and see how much you're worth? Do your own thing. Then you will never complain, because that's how much you're worth.
But I feel like it's easier said than done. I mean,
It won't be easy.
It's never easy. Musi, it's never easy. All those people who have like came up with businesses and whatever it is, for them to get to the point where they are today, it was never easy. You know, I've had a business like barking food before. I failed. Boom.
And that's when
I'm not expecting you to fall.
We have an episode.
Don't laugh.
No, it's not a joke.
That's
It's not a
another-
joke.
It became bad at some point, then you go down, then someone funds you, you come back up, then we are papa, you go bigger, then you fall.
Yeah.
You know, then you come back again. That's how it is. You rise and fall. So it's not easy in terms of business.
And how many times have you? How many upsets have you had personally, as far as business is concerned? Because I know at some point you had a structure that you were letting out for people to stay residentially, like they were letting out the place. Like how many times? Because I think everybody sees you there, right? But most people don't know how many times you've had difficulties.
Yeah, quite
how
a
many
lot.
times would you say you've blew it?
Yo, a lot of times, yo. I think right now I just I just realized recently. Recently, I'm talking about my this year or my late last year. You know what? I need to change my life. Yeah. In terms of business, you know what? Being business minded, I am business minded. I like that. No,
of course.
Sharp, yeah. I have a property that I'm letting people in, in Pretoria and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Back home, I've got another business. You know what? Alcohol business, whatever that is, and stuff like that. You know,
Is it a club?
my club, yeah, it's a club and stuff like that. You know. But now, here's the thing you need to understand, man. You need to differentiate between business and personal. That's why I'm saying there's such a fine line when it comes to business. You need to be quite vigilant every single thing that you do. Some people in terms of business, they think you are stingy and stuff like that. Not only realize you're not being stingy, but every single cent you need to be accountable for.
Yeah.
But how cheaty and I'm no cheaty like Tiisetso ya una business so and stuff like that. They're like, yo, Ntwana, I make 5 note. When I say I don't have that $50,
They don't understand.
they don't understand. They're like, Ntwana stingy, mara Ntwana sleg.
No, I think that's one of the reasons why the business did fail. You can have money in the account.
That's not your money. That's the thing.
So once you separate business as a separate entity,
Yeah.
that's when life in Namonat for the business. Like
Thank you.
business can sustain in Namonat, and that's where we fail to. Imagine a fellow Dusika down and then Kakasora get 10. So how are you able? Obama Tlakaso. And that's another thing. That's keep a short term for stock tomorrow.
Exactly.
And another thing I'll ask you, like, how do you have it? I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
How do you have a business when can an entrepreneur have a successful business while financially they're sharp?
No. That I won't lie. You know one thing that
But then wait, just before you respond to that, considering what they were saying, right?
Right?
oh yes.
Considering what Tebogo has said, ne? Can you have a successful business if you're not financially okay? Isn't the driving force behind every entrepreneur the fact that their financial circumstance is not okay to begin with?
True. But now, that is so true, actually. Thank you for actually mentioning that. But now, here's one thing that everyone actually needs to understand, guys. For you to actually, you need to have like a financial status to back that up before you actually start with. Sharp, you can say, Musi, you want to sell booty orange, bananas, whatever it is by the, by the crossroad and stuff like that. But now it depends on the level of business that you want to get into. First of all, Nali Tumele, who was my partner, Tebogo's brother. For us to get into that business, we actually had to get like proper funds for us to sustain the business. Understand? And stuff like that. So if we didn't have like financial backing, Tumele had to, quit his job and whatever it is. I had to take money from all my savings, whatever it is, for us to start the job, back in the business.
Yeah.
But if we didn't have all that, how are we going to start the business? It was not going to work out. Understand? So you actually have you need to have like some bit of financial backing up for you to start that.
So let me ask you another question. Just out of, because we as far as timelines are concerned, we practically started our businesses at
more or less
almost
the same time.
a few months ahead.
Your business was like 3 months older.
Yes.
Than our business.
Ours was cheaper to start. Like,
it was cheaper.
No, but yes, that's where I'm about to go.
It was cheaper to start.
It was cheaper to start. Far cheaper
to start, guys. Like literally.
No, it's cheaper to start, but now you need to maintain the products that you actually you have.
You buy a lot of consumables.
Just because you're on camera, sometimes you need to buy products. They must say it. No filter. They must say it and tell it. Now, they started with low budget. Yeah, you can start with low budget, Mara. That budget you need, that low, it needs a budget. That's why they say low budget, it needs a budget. You guys were blowing that budget low out.
No, it happens.
But here's the question. Here's the question. Would you say that more successful businesses start with a lot of capital? Or would you say that the businesses that become the most successful are those that start with the most minimal capital?
Minimal capital. I promise you. All the businesses that start with more capital are the ones who are actually going for a downfall. That's why whenever you see a show on TV, Boom, I Blew It, whatever it is, those guys come with millions. So much money into their business. They'll be like, okay, I'm starting maybe a food business or an alcohol business, whatever it is. Why they have financial injection. They put in like probably 200K, 100K, whatever it is, into the business. Saying, oh no, the business is going to be stable. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work out. How did Motsepe start? Look at Motsepe. Motsepe started selling like, he took over the father's business. And by the way, how did they start? They started selling Godi mining.
Yeah.
When they started, they were selling outside the mine to the laborers, Bago mining.
What was it, food?
Yes, they started selling food and everything outside the gate, Diago mining. That's how they started. But look at where they are today. Why? It's a journey.
Yeah,
guys, you need to understand that.
Cash flow. Like cash flow is another thing when it comes to like kind of large cash injection. Cash flow. So let's say if you start business car 200,000, you're not gonna make the 200,000 in the first month. And I think that's one of the disappointments.
Even in the next 3 months, Debza.
3 months,
not you can't.
You have a business that's 200,000 initial investment. Now the cash flow is not gonna be there. Literally, businesses that are worth R1 billion, that do R1 billion turnover. Those billions profits are when they happy 10 million. So that's someone when they have like 200,000. I've invested 500,000 into this.
Yeah.
So like let's say the building you do Moyo. This is what property turnover wise will be over like 20 to 30 million. But now after expenses and everything, and that's one of the things that you guys are thinking. The expenses is to buy a stock or the petrol. Everything. Yeah, like don't know we born fact. Literally, we were like within a 2-kilometer radius. But logistics.
How you guys were going through the most, eh?
We still are.
Business especially Uber Go. And then Uber Go drivers.
Don't.
No, even by that time, sometimes they don't even borrow our cars. They're like, hey, we need to go to Pretoria, go coffee. We need to go wash those couches. Then next time when they come back, Koloi in Ale Petrol, it's still on reserve. We're like, no. Get a petrol, but the car is coming back with reserve. If we sell a petrol and the car needs to come back, it won't say no.
And then that's another thing. Like if
but I'm assuming that I think most people overlook the fact that there's so many resources that they can pull in order to make something successful, right? And the fact that we employed those resources to make it happen is the direct result why we're actually still in business. So I don't know, maybe you guys at home can perhaps, our comment section is always open for you guys to just give us your input. What has made you struggle over a period of time as far as pulling your resources to actually meet the demands of your customers and actually push to some degree that you're meeting some level of breaking even or actually developing profit?
True. Yeah. But now here's one thing that people at home need to actually understand is that whenever you start a business, just know your target market. Just don't just start a business because you feel like you have the starting up capital and everything. Because eventually you're gonna trip and fall. I promise you're gonna trip and fall, and it's not gonna be nice. Because we also fell at some point, whereby we felt like we lost a lot of money. We've lost like more than 50k, 100k, and stuff like that. Yeah. And it was quite sad because now in the family, not everyone is gonna support you in terms of the business that you do. They will only support you when you start making it big, when you start making money. But if you're not making money, even your partner, then it becomes so grumpy. Every time you go home, like your partner is grumpy. Even when you get into bed, they can't be saying, good night, baby.
Keep it the whole day you were there.
Yeah.
The whole day you were there.
You didn't come back home with nothing. Not one single thing. So, you see, that's how hard it is, But I thank God for him. After all the obstacles that, we've been through in terms of business, here I am. I'm still up here.
Would you say that you're okay? Again, so you're pulling in from multiple streams of income.
True.
Right? Would you give business a chance again beyond the scope of what you're currently doing now?
Okay, now let's get this straight. But already I've gave business a chance again. Let's remember I've got a thing here. I've got like a tavern club kind of thing back home. Yeah. I've got a property in Pretoria.
Yes.
Team Uncut is flexible with time.
That's one thing.
And that's one of the things. Then that's why I'm literally trying to break away from desk. That's the reason why.
And that's how it's gonna work. You break away from the desk, you can have multiple streams of income. Like with acting, I can't act the whole day. I can only go to set and like be there for like 3-4 hours. I'm done. Once I'm done on set, I'm back home. When I'm back home, what do? It's either maybe I'm checking how my property in PTA is doing. If not that, I'm checking how guys are doing in terms of like the shop back home. If it's not that, I'm at home, I'm doing what? I'm editing. If I'm not busy with Komora, I'm busy with House of Zuiti. Here I am, I'm busy, fixing all those things, editing and checking how the subs, everything is. But that's how you get to make more money. You can't have one stream of income and think that you can make it in life.
That's true.
That's one thing that I'll tell you right now. You can become a CEO of Standard Bank or whatever big company that you want to work for. But one stream of income, you can't find yourself peaceful. Never.
So, okay, I've been seeing a lot of your videos appearing. You're wearing a lot of Lotto regalia. What's going on with that?
Oh yes. Oh man, big ups and thanks very much to Lotto, by the way. As you know, I'm a sport fanatic.
Yes.
I love sports so much, and I'm always out there doing my thing. Yeah, hard. I go backward in terms of sport. So yeah, Lotto decided, to actually sponsor me. So they are one of my sponsors. Not only Lotto, Vodacom is still my sponsor. We've been working together since before the pandemic, 2019. I think I've been working with Vodacom up until now as well. And right now, another endorsement that I just recently got, which is actually good. For my pocket as well. It's what is this school? Gauteng City College.
Yeah. Gauteng City College.
Yeah.
I've actually seen a few of your posts with
about them.
Some,
Yeah. No, I once went to that school, by the way. It's a nice school. It is.
Nice school.
Not to say that I'm just their ambassador and stuff like that. No. I went to that school. I've studied there. I've done public relations with them. It went well. It was good. They actually get like your scholarships, your bursaries, and all those learnerships and stuff like that. Yeah. That's how good they are, by the way. They also work with Vodacom. What a coincidence. So they offer all those kind of stuff. So I also went to that school. So eventually they called me to come back as one of their successful students to say, Tiisetso, as good as you've done, why not come back to the school and be an ambassador? Yeah. Empower the students, tell the other kids out there, and speak to them and tell them, what? This is how education works.
I'm working on it. And I want to give you
I still owe them money, dog. I still owe my university money, dog. I'm working on paying you back, dog.
Debt collectors, niggas out here. Don't forget to give me a shout.
Yeah, next week's on my like thing where it's my can I get my certificate.
But now, guys,
They don't give you a transcript. But what is? Wait,
I
you know,
get mine.
I've always wanted to.
No, I get mine.
I've always wanted. No, you'll get your transcript, right? But I've always had the question here. You're sitting in an industry, right, that is entirely occupation based. Everybody who goes to your institution is supposed to become something that is related to what they're studying with the institution. And then when they're done, you don't give them their certificate. Number one, I'm very angry. They don't
How do you get that, Maron? You're still owing them.
No, how do you pay them? There's so many people who need.
Pay your whole money. What do you think you can come to my shop? We're not about maybe you order something, whatever product I can give you because we're short.
No. Driver's license, I gave you the driver's license. Baba must pay us.
No, wait. Here's the thing. It's guys. I think what we're overlooking here is that there's a difference in industry. I genuinely feel that most people are struggling with getting work because a lot of them don't have.
No, I didn't.
It is not that.
No, that's when
I didn't struggle as well.
But look at you guys. You guys didn't struggle getting jobs. Look at us out here. We've been crying. It's Spoonum savings. There's two niggas out here. They were okay.
No, I can
From varsity, they immediately went into
I
work.
can sell myself. I'm not gonna speak to someone that can sell themselves. Okay, I do get nervous in certain interviews here that I fucked up. But I promise you, if you get me in front of you, 90% I will get Tiisetso. I can. It's just, but
I like the confidence. I like the confidence.
That's another thing. People need to know how to sell themselves. So it's a blessing, Yana, the certificate, because you actually got to see where, like, my first
limitations.
No, not limitations. So, like, what you went to school for? Because now you went to school for 3 years. Where's your qualification?
Because now here's one thing I fail to understand is that if you didn't get your certificate or degree or whatever it is, how do you actually get to maneuver in life without that?
No, that's
what do you get to tell people or the employees, the employers who are trying to employ you? What are you saying? So you need something in black and white to say.
No, wait till the question I'm raising. That's when I had to ask myself, like, okay, I didn't get my certificate, but where's the qualification? Now you can tell. Now if someone they will see if you can speak, they'll say this guy's an economist graduate. Musi is a public admin. I don't need to have that thing on the wall.
No. Take that back. I'm a qualified diplomat, everyone. I should be representing South Africa. I'm sure. Above the shores, dude.
All right, no. Here's one thing, Joe. Hold up, Tebogo. When Santsokolotas get her.
Hey, Mama hates. Go to NS Pass. NS Pass. Go to NS Pass.
This nigga is laughing out here and he's not going to tell us. He owes so much to school.
No, I know I owe the school, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know.
And you can't expect to be ambassadors and stuff like that because you'll stuff like that. God, come on now.
You're gonna scrape that.
That's you know
Don't
what?
you think it's everyone's dream?
Again.
You know what's the funny thing? Let me tell you what's the funny thing about academics now. We go to school, we do all those things. Graduation, and they literally call artists, creatives, all these people.
In replacement of actual academics.
Academics never come to speak and give you guys motivation. That's how graduations are.
It doesn't even make sense.
But guys, we can, like, Tiisetso will forever be like a freaking guest, and
he's a friend. Can we say is the term? He's a friend of the show.
Yeah, he's a friend of the show.
Can we say that? I don't want to fight with Meg.
No, he's a
bump into Meg G at a club and some you niggas stole.
Magaiva is pushing his own struggle. He's going through his own stuff. He's pushing it. He's making money with his own struggle.
Yeah.
You guys need to make money with your own struggle in the industry.
No, Magaiva, look, I'm a fan.
He's making it.
I'm
He's killing it.
Like podcasting.
No, I stand.
I call him podcast. Like they literally the podcast.
He's the king of podcasts. We don't deny that. He's doing well. But he opened up the stream to all of you guys so you can be able to have your own podcast.
Yeah. But Tiisetso will forever be here. We can speak forever. But
we've run out of time, guys. We thought we'd structure it in such a way that you guys. But the next episode is going to be doper. Please like, share, subscribe.
Whatever.
I'm on Facebook. Friend me. Done.
Thoka. There you go. In all the socials. Tiisetso Thoka. Tiisetso _Thoka. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Tinder.
It's a wrap! It's a wrap! It's a wrap! It's a wrap! Shut up,